Hi, my beautiful collective. Okay, so let's see what is going on for the energy today. Okay, I'm hearing that song, knock, like I'm hearing knock, knock, knock on heaven's door. I don't know who sings that or if that's even how the song goes, but that's what I'm hearing. Knock, knock, knock on heaven's door. Something is possibly not working. Something either broke down or just completely stopped working out of nowhere. It's giving me the energy that something here was working the day before, but now it's not working. Like it completely shut off. Like, I don't know, something with like electronics. It completely shut off. And now it's like not working anymore. You could have been trying to communicate something to someone, and I'm getting that the energy that you were trying to communicate with is not like yours, and you didn't even see them, is what I'm hearing. You didn't even see them coming, or you didn't even see them at all as you were trying to communicate what this was. But at the same time, like simultaneously, something here was also communicating with you. It's also communicating with you, even though you can't see it. Okay. I just heard who has the louder bark. Oh, okay. So you communicate differently than whatever this is, okay? Um, like very differently. It's like one is like one way that this energy communicates is kind of just straightforward. No, not straightforward. I'm sorry. More so just impulsive. I'm getting impulsive and just says anything or says the first thing, or it's more so they say things to get a rise out of you, is what I'm getting. They say things to try and get a rise out of you or see how you respond. And it's just like I'm hearing it's just filler, like it's filler. This energy just says things to get, a rise out of you, or says things to gauge your energy. And then on the other hand, the way you communicate is completely opposite or different on how this energy communicates. And it's a sound that they've never heard before because they're so used to communicating in this frequency that when they hear your way of communication or your frequency, it's kind of like you're speaking a different language, okay? Some of you could speak a different language, and then you guys are talking at the same time at some points. I'm hearing you try not to let your frequency wander, whatever that means for you. I keep hearing that song. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Let's see, what does the collective need to hear today regarding this message? There's something really beautiful about your energy, collective. There's something very magnetic about your energy. And it's something that's unexplainable because it feels like it moves through you very effortless, and it comes from a place of peace and calm and joy, and something magical could be happening for you because of your surrender, because of your surrendering, because you released the control here, because you released something. For some of you, this is like a time to I'm hearing this is a time to not be so secluded into yourself. Excuse me. You're no longer in solitude. Okay, it's time for you to come out of solitude from whatever you've learned, whatever belief system that you let go of, because you've been called to. You've been called to surrender the control when it comes to something, even though it's not explainable to you and it doesn't feel like. Oh, why are they showing me Tinkerbell? I'm seeing Tinkerbell now. That was Peter. Okay, Tinkerbell was Peter Pan's best friend, right? She was the fairy that helped Peter Pan. Believe in his own magic. Believe that he can overcome something. Interesting. The other day I was hearing that song. Like, I wasn't hearing it, but I was picking up on the title of that song, which is, I believe it's called The Lost Boy. And what else does the collective need to hear this time? I think it's called The Lost Boy. Oh, the bird just came here. Another bird just came up here. Hi, birdies. The other one flew away. Oh, he's up there. Oh, okay. The other bird went up and then the other bird came down. Oh, that's funny. Oh, the other one came down again. They're looking at me. Oh. Okay, I'm not gonna touch the cards. Even though I had some, I put them back in the deck. That's the first time I've ever done that, where I feel like I need to start the message over in the middle of a message, but... And then I'm paying attention to Tinkerbell and Peter Pan now. So something about your energy being the only energy to help guide someone else, or help them see the magic, or help them believe in something here. And then that one time that Tinkerbell got captured and she couldn't help Peter Pan, he was completely lost and confused and didn't know how to like help himself in a way. I forgot. I think at some point he like sent her away because he didn't believe in it. He didn't want to, he didn't want to imagine, he didn't want to believe in it anymore. So he just like sent her away and wanted to be left alone. Your energy is like precious to someone. Like I'm hearing the longest standing something, the longest standing something. You're like the only one left, the only man, the last man standing. Whatever is going on, I almost called you guys my cat's name. Whatever is going on, collective, you are the last man standing, okay? You're really comforting, okay? Because you just seem like really comfortable to be around. Like you're very comforting. Oh, that makes sense. The two birds that kept going up and down, like flying up when one went up and the other flying down and then going back up. There's a part in Peter Pan where he's chasing his own shadow. And that reminded me of that. And his shadow was the evil shadow, and he was trying to trick him so he can get captured, I think it was, or to make him believe something that wasn't true. I think that was around the time where he sent Tinkerbell away so he couldn't like get help, or I don't know. Something about that is significant. I think I've said this in a couple of my collective messages, but something about your imagination is like key to something, but it's also so unexplainable because it seems really youthful and innocent and pure, and your imagination is almost the key to something here. It feels like it's the key to something. I'm gonna pull some cards again and see if the energy is different, or it's shifted. Let's see. What does this collective need to know regarding this message? Wow, that was like quick. Bright future. What else? didn't see, no, at this time. I'm hearing I don't care how you do it, just do it. What's collective need to hear at this time, please, regarding this message? Yeah, okay, that's interesting. I don't know why I just heard that, but how are you Captain Hook and Peter Pan at the same time? Yeah, it's like either you believe or you don't. How are you Captain Hook and Peter Pan? You're skeptical, but yet you're actually the magic itself. Like you're actually the one doing it. That's interesting. Like you're actually the one. Oh, okay. Honestly, I feel like Captain Hook is a representation of like so many things, but because he was always worried about the time, the ticking, the clock, he was always worried about running out of time, always worried about aging when it comes down to if you really like, think about it. He was always worried about not having enough time to do something, aging. So he felt like he needed to control everything in order for him to win every outcome. And whenever he didn't control the outcome, he felt like he was losing. And that's not a feeling that he wanted to sit with and he wanted to be in. So in a way that kind of aged him because I don't know. Anyway, I feel like he represents a version of Peter Pan, like an outcome of Peter Pan if he would have continued to not have his pure heart or his imagination, his innocence. I feel like in a different dimension, in a different universe, he is he's a version of Peter Pan that grew out of, he grew out of this, like daydreaming, playing with friends, having these dreams, wanting to feel young forever. And like he lost that along the way because he was so worried about the time. But I feel like the reason why he hated Peter Pan was because of that. Like it was just a constant reminder of what he was no longer, what he was no longer, he wasn't even able to tap into that kind of energy anymore because he completely just threw it away, and he stopped believing, he stopped going after the things that he was really passionate about that make him feel good. And instead he grew into an energy that was very controlling and mean, and just someone that nobody wants to be around. He had a sidekick. The only reason why he had a sidekick because he was in fear of him. So I don't know if this is an energy that was like this, or I don't even know what this has to do with the message. So take this as it resonates. It's 444 right now. Yeah, but it feels like Peter Pan to Captain Hook was just a constant reminder of something that he no longer was. And because he couldn't tap back into that energy, he was always worried about when his day was going to come, when his time was going to be up, and seeing how he didn't do much. Or he did a lot, but he gained a lot from it, but ultimately it's just like he had nothing to show for you know, what he's done. He had nobody really around him kind of there when he fell. Like, besides his sidekick, who he actually got in trouble to, it's just like nobody was there for him. Compared to Peter Pan, where he had this community of people that followed him because they believed what he believed in, and because he used his imagination, you know, to maybe even get through some tough times in his life, because there's a reason why Peter Pan never wanted to grow up. But I'm not saying that in a negative sense. I'm more so paying attention to how positive Peter Pan's life was compared to Captain Hook, even though he didn't have a lot to show for it. And actually, he had more to show for it. But even though compared to them side by side, Captain Hook had more than Peter Pan, it was like, what good does your imagination do, in a way, you know? That's like the energy. But Peter Pan had a community of other kids his age. Peter Pan had fun every single day. Peter Pan was always, you know, joyful, laughing, you know, making jokes, enjoying himself, enjoying his life. And I think that's what made him so youthful. That's what made him like so young. Interesting. I don't know why I'm talking about Peter Pan. Take this as it resonates, okay? It's Peter Pan's sidekick, Tinkerbell. And Tinkerbell couldn't talk. She couldn't speak. She spoke through her magic. She spoke through her demonstration. She spoke through her support, her assistance, her cheerful attitude and mindset and energy. And this energy, like, I don't know if this person daydreams a lot, because I'm finding myself like hard to kind of concentrate on the message. It's almost giving me an energy of somebody being preoccupied with other things more than tapping into their divinity. Like, you're focused on just you're focused on the monetary value of something more than the actual process of gaining the monetary value. Because Captain Hook was never satisfied. That man was never satisfied. He was always on to the next scheme, or always catching kids in the act of them playing or using their imagination or enjoying themselves. I don't think this is just a message about somebody being scared to grow up. That's why I'm trying to understand, like, why they keep wanting me to compare the two. Because I don't think it's just about somebody being afraid to grow up. It's more so someone growing up and just having a hard time processing that they didn't really enjoy their life in the moment as much as they could have, or as much as they wanted to. And this doesn't resonate with you, this is about something else. Stop the timer at 222. I don't know if you're afraid to not have anything show for something, or it's something about your appearance, because I'm seeing gray hairs, like Captain Hook picking hairs off of him, like gray and white hairs. I don't know if you're like really, I don't want to say vain, because it doesn't feel like you're like, I mean, I don't know, you could be overly obsessed about your face or getting older. Does feel like somebody is into self-care, which is a good thing, whether you're a man or a woman. Skincare is very important as you get older. There could have been a point in time where you were overly obsessive about it, or you were like comparing yourself to others in that department. It's interesting. I'm getting an energy that either overthinks about everything or completely the opposite, and they don't think about anything. Like, it's like somebody either overly obsesses or just thinks about everything down to the last detail, or I'm getting somebody that just never had one thought about it being that deep, you know, or just even having that in the back of their mind at all, you know. I feel like because one energy is more so enjoying their life and the other is just focused on something like way ahead of them that they don't even have the time to enjoy. I just heard, I wish I was someone like you. I wish I was someone like you. Oh, we only got one card out, so let's see what else does collective need to hear at this time. Please only take the messages that do resonate with you. Don't ever force a message if it does not resonate and it doesn't sound like you at all, okay? Is there anything for this message that the collective needs to hear at this time? You do have something here to look forward to, okay? You got so many years. You have so many years ahead of you that it's like, stop trying to figure everything out at once all the time is what I'm hearing. You're always trying to figure something out. Like, stop trying to figure something out, please. It's only gonna cause you more stress and worry, honestly. I just heard that saying, oh my God. I just heard that saying. The kids that I used to work with, they used to say this a lot, and I'm like, what does that even mean? And I remember they explained it to me one day, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So it's like this energy, like your energy, whoever this energy it is, they're big brained. They're big brained, okay? They just want to know everything. They know everything. They just have so much information. Like, no wonder you're like overthinking some things because you're big brained, okay? That's the energy. What else? Yeah. Clarity. What else does this collective need to hear at this time? Or when like you do something clever, or you pull something off, or something works out, it's like you're big brained. That's what they would say. You're big brained. Any final messages for this energy? Yeah, stop worrying about the time. Time to fly, transform into someone new, travel, moving homes or jobs. Spread your wings. You do have a bright future ahead of you. You don't need to be so stuck in the outcome of something right now. this did come out in reverse, so I'm just gonna see. Oh, maybe you're like stuck in this energy of where do I go next? What do I do next? Because you are so like, okay, there's like so many things that I could be, you know, doing, or there's places that I can go. Like, what do I do next? Where do I go? I'm kind of like teetering right now. Do I stay or do I go? Is the energy. Yeah, unicorn energy. Make room for creativity in your life. Let your heart open up to new experiences. Create with the power of joy and lightness. Really do anything right now, what would you be doing? Is the question I'm hearing. If you could be anywhere right now, where would you be? Final messages for the collective, please. Final messages. What gets you excited? What lights you up? What sets you on fire is what I'm hearing. That's gonna be a clear indication I'm hearing is what you need to go after, okay? Something here is pulling you. Like seriously, I'm feeling the energy of you getting excited by something and you wanting to go for it, but you're just like debating. Like, I think you're debating because you're thinking about way ahead of time. You're thinking about things ahead of time. Something about calculating something or estimating something of where you'll be when this happens or this and that happens. Is there any other final messages for this collective? Yeah, don't get so bent out of shape for what's not gonna happen, okay? Focus on what you want to happen right now and create ways or use your creativity to build this experience that you're going after, okay? Is there anything else for this collective right now? Anything else that they need to hear at this time regarding this message? I'm hearing hold the vision though, like be steady and hold the vision of what this is for you, even if it means you need to start small so you can contain this energy that you have, because I'm seeing somebody very creative and like having so many ideas, but you need to get like a plan in place, or you need to start small, little by little, build up the portfolio is what I'm hearing. I'm seeing like a black folder, like somebody handing somebody a folder of stuff, like a portfolio. Is there anything else? Yeah, if anything, right now, the plan is for you to start small and do it little by little. You can start big, you can start however you want, but if it's a seeds that you're starting to plan for your future, start little by little, so you can see it grow over time. You could be like teetering back and forth because you want to do this with someone. You want to have some sort of companionship in your life or something along those lines. Is there anything else for this collective? Ooh, it's 5:05 right now. Can I just get one at a time, please? Ooh. I'm hearing whether they catch up to you or not, it's not for you to be concerned about right now, okay? Only take that if it resonates with you. Yeah, don't worry about somebody else's cycle if they completed it or worked through it or got past it. It's something that they need to work on for themselves. Jeez, is there any other messages? Final messages, please. So the number 24 could be significant. You have knowledge or wisdom on something that can get you to the next door, can get you to the next plan, step, whatever this is. If you're worried about something that isn't moving along how you would like it, it's best to not overly extend your energy at this time, because whatever this is, it's sensitive to you. At least you're sensitive to that energy or the frequency or something along the lines of you mending something. And you could be teetering on where you go because of that. But it's something that you need to charge after right now and be in this fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sag. Whatever you're passionate about, you need to like go for it and like really get your foot in the door with it, even if it means starting a little at a time. I'm hearing heavy Aries energy. It needs to run its course or balance in harmony on its own or with time, because you sort of putting your hands on it right now wouldn't make sense, if I'm being honest, is the energy that I'm getting. Your ways that you think that you could control it is not going to be as helpful as you would think, okay? So I'm seeing like somebody keeping their eyes forward and like straight ahead, almost having tunnel vision. I don't want to say tunnel vision because I feel like if you do have tunnel vision on something, you're not as creative and like flowing in the flow state, especially if you're a feminine energy. So don't be too like hard or grasping onto something, because you're supposed to be more like going with the flow right now if you do resonate with feminine energy. And if you do resonate with this message at all, this makes sense to you, it's supposed to be coming to you because you're in this abundant magnetic energy. You're supposed to flow with it and receive. And the masculine energy is supposed to have that clear intention and that thought out plan to charge after it, okay? That is the energy that I'm getting for this message. Take what resonates and leave what does not, okay? I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next message.